let's do this.
Okay, so what made you get into lending?
Oh, okay. So this is a funny story. So from the time I was 8 years old, I decided I was going to be an attorney.
Oh,
That's what I was always going to do. I was pre-law in my undergrad, took the LSATs, got into tech law, the whole 9 yards. Like I was headed to law school. My senior year of college, I interned at one of my favorite professors' husband's law firm.
wow.
And I loved them. They were precious people. And I worked there. And about 2 months in, I just kind of looked around the office and I thought I wanted to practice family law. Don't ask me why. It's what I thought I was going to do. And so I was at a family law firm and I looked around and went, I don't think any of these people are having a good day. like that was really like my thought process is I'm like, oh my gosh, even when they win, it's still not a happy ending.
No, always there's going to be somebody that
it took me that long to realize that. And I just like, I'm a naturally happy person.
Yeah.
I'm very I know, a lot, there's people can struggle with that. I don't. I'm
Right.
happy all the time. And I love helping people. And I looked around and I went, I just want a happy ending. I panicked. So of course I called my mom. God bless her. She's, been doing this 30 years. And I called her and I was like, Mom, I can't go into $250,000 in debt, get a degree that I don't want to practice.
Right.
Like I can't make that make sense in my brain. Right. And she's like, so what are you going to do? I said, come work for you, I guess. And she flat out, she goes, yeah, I don't have room for you.
Oh,
This is like, yeah. Now, mind you, I'm a third generation mortgage lender. Okay. My grandmother, my mother, me, my father is also in lending. Like it's a family affair.
Yes.
Right. And I had always said, I'm never going to be in real estate. I don't want to be tied to my phone. I don't want to have to work on weekends. Like that was always like, when you're 20 and dumb. And I was like, okay. And so when I told Mom, I guess I'm going to come work for you. And she goes, I don't have room for you. I go,
what?
then I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. This has been my game plan for 15 years. And now it's not. And I don't know what to do. So she made me a deal.
Okay.
And she said, okay, you can come work for me. But I'm going to put you in the only place I have left to put you, which is a supply closet.
What?
You're going to have a lamp and a telephone. And you're going to make 100 cold calls a day for 6 months. For minimum wage, mind you.
Oh,
And if you make it through that, I'll teach you the mortgage business.
nice.
crazy?
Sparkle
was fierce. Oh yeah, crack that whip. So I made it through my 6 months, and then I spent about a year just apprenticing under her and learning it. And then I spent 3 years just being her assistant to learn more, gain my confidence. And one thing that, again, we've talked about a lot is like just learning the lingo and the verbiage, and how to talk to people. Like those are skills that you develop. They don't just happen. Right. And so learning all of that from her and working alongside her. And then I eventually started to be able to originate myself. And so, that was my journey.
The rest is history.
Yes. And here we are, a decade later. But yeah, that's my story, is how I got into this. And, to this day, I say real estate and mortgages were the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh,
like really, I love what I do. Like there's hard days, right? But there's going to be hard days no matter what you do for a living.
Yes.
Not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows.
Exactly. But there's so many times I question. I'm like, what am I thinking?
Yeah.
Or the nights that you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're like, did I do that?
Yeah.
Did I send that?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's always like that.
Yeah.
But do you know the difference here that I feel is, and we both go to all of our closings, right? So when we get to sit at that closing table and like sign those papers and see the relief and happiness and excitement, there's a happy ending to what we do.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's what keeps me so motivated, is I get to have those moments with so many people.
Right.
So that's been my journey.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, you're very good at it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a process. So it's been a process, but I was lucky to learn from some of the best. Like Mom's been doing this forever and is super successful. And, it's not always easy to follow in someone like that's footsteps, because your path was different, right? Like you got to learn separately from your mom, right?
Yes.
And
was
so
not about me working with
well, apparently mine wasn't either. Let's be clear. Like there was some punishment there for putting her through a lot. But, I think it helped because I had heard her my
Yeah,
whole life.
right.
Like I had heard the mortgage lingo. I'd
Yes.
heard all of these things. And so luckily when I stepped into that role, like that was a lot more natural to me. But something that I struggle with that I never put, so I was a speech communication
Okay.
major. So I was actually a communications major with a public speaking emphasis. And then I was a pre-law minor is what I ended up graduating with. But I am a horrible writer. Horrible. Like I'll talk your ear off all day, but I cannot put my thoughts into paper and make them sound right.
Right.
And seriously, the first 6 months after I did my time in the closet cold calling was Mom teaching me how to write professional emails.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I struggled with that really hard.
Yeah.
And like
I would never have guessed that.
it's a weird thing, right? But like it's important too.
Yeah.
You know, you don't, you know, oh, this was her, but never end a sentence with a preposition. That, oh Lord, I'd get my hand slapped over that because, you know, hey, your appraisal came in, you know, like, you know, things like that. And this is unacceptable coming from the CPA, you know, but that's my mortgage story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't know that. And so thank you
Really?
for sharing that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love it.